What is up, everyone, and welcome to my Pest Control Minigame guide. The only requirement you need to participate in this minigame is to have a minimum of level 40 combat. However, the higher your combat level, the more points you get per hour. I'll explain that later on. I recommend bringing your best combat equipment based on damage, since this is a merit point system in this minigame, and the more damage you do, the more merits you get, the more likely you are to get points. Again, I'll explain that later on. You do not need food. This is a safe minigame. If you die as a hardcore, you do not use your status. You just go to the beginning of the minigame. You can keep going. It doesn't even stop the minigame. You don't have to worry about dying. It does not matter. If you're a low level, I recommend bringing a hammer and any kind of axe in order to repair barricades and repair doors, just in case you're struggling with your participation percentage. To get to the Pest Control minigame, head over to Port Sarum, the second most southern dock, and travel with the Squire. Just get off the gangplank and you reach the zone for the pest control area right here. Another way of getting to the pest control area would be to go over to your clan chat, grouping, and select, where am I going? And select pest control and then just teleport. Once you're in the island, you want to swap over to the pest control world, which is going to be world number 344. Once you're here, you have a choice to make between boats. Each boat requires a different combat level and will give you a different amount of points. For example, the novice boat requires 40 combat and gives you 3 points. The intermediate boat requires 70 combat and gives you 4 points. And the veteran boat requires 100 combat and gives you 5 points. Obviously, the higher your combat level, the more points you get, meaning the more points you get per hour. However, if you're level 100 combat and there's currently only one veteran boat running right now, which means you're having to wait for your boat in order to start the minigame, I recommend moving down one boat. You will lose 1 point per game, but since you'll be doing games faster, you actually increase your points per hour. So keep that in mind while choosing your boat. Once you're ready, all you have to do is board the boat. But before we do that, let's get to some basics. This will be the pest control map. Here's the boat where your team spawns. Down below, you should see 3 doors. And in the middle, there is a void knight. There are 2 jobs you can take. One is to go out through one of those doors, head over to one of these 4 portals, wait for the portal shields to go down while you kill the mobs that spawn. When the shield goes down, attack the portal. When the portal is down, move on to the next portal. Or you can stay in the middle with the void knight and protect him from all the meleers that come out. There are 7 different mobs you can run across during this minigame. First is the brawlers. The brawlers are basically just a wall that you cannot shoot through, you cannot cast through, you cannot walk through. You can either kill them or you can walk around them. If there's a lot of them in one area, it can be pretty troublesome, so they can box you in. However, these are really good if you're trying to increase your activity percentage, since they have a lot of health. If your activity hits 0, you will not get any points for that game, and you just have to wait for the game to end while you get no points. Next is the defilers. This is the ranged NPC. They're just rangers. There's nothing special about them. They just throw spikes. They're rangers. Then there's the ravagers. The ravagers can one-shot the barricades in the door, so be very careful. Losing those doors earlier in the match can cost you the entire game. So make sure you target these at the beginning of the game as soon as you see them. Next is the shifters. For people attacking the shields, you can just ignore these since they tend to teleport straight to the middle over to the void knight. For people protecting the void knight, this is going to be your main enemy. They're going to be constantly teleporting in and teleporting around. You have to attack them, and every once in a while they'll teleport to another square and they'll take you off your attack, and you have to click on them again in order to keep attacking them. Then there is the spinners. These are a primary target. The moment they spawn, you have to kill them, because they can heal the portal for their max damage 100% of the time. This is target number 1. Make sure you take this out the moment you see one. Next is the splatters. You tend to ignore these guys because every time they die, they can cause from 5 to 24 damage depending on their level, and you really don't want to be around them when they die. So if they're away from any doors or any barricades, go ahead and kill them for the activity percentage. Otherwise, try to ignore them. And then finally, there's the tortures. These are just the mages. There's nothing special about them. They don't do anything special. They just use magic. There are 2 unspoken rules in this minigame. 1, make sure the 3 doors are always closed. If the rangers and mages get in, they can do a lot of damage to the void knight, and you do not want that. That can lose you the game. So make sure that door is closed. If you see people opening it, running past, and not closing it, you just run over there. It takes 2 seconds and close it. And rule number 2, kill the spinners. I've said this already, but this is very important. If the spinners are alive, you cannot kill the portal and you will get a game over. So make sure those spinners die fast. The quicker they die, the less health they can restore the portal and the faster the minigame goes through. Right, now that we've covered all that, I'll show you guys both the attacking the portals playstyle and the defending the Void Knight playstyle. Just cross the gangplank into your boat and wait for the game to start. On the top left corner, you will see the Void Knight's health. And on the top right corner, you see the portal's health and your activity bar. Run on through. First, I'll be showing you guys the attacking option. I'm gonna head out through the eastern door and then just wait for anything that isn't a shifter to spawn and then attack it. Literally anything, just attack it. You want to make sure this bar does not hit 0. And then just wait for the shield from the portal to go down. Spinner spawns, go ahead and kill it fast. And then just keep attacking anything else. The only purpose of this part of the minigame is to keep your attack bar up, and then you're just waiting for the portal shield to go down. Once it goes down, go ahead and start attacking the portal. Also, you can use prayer here, it doesn't matter, it'll get a free refresh later. The spinner spawns, make sure you target him straight away, or he starts healing the portal. Once the portal is down, head on to the nearest next portal, and keep attacking. Continue doing this until there are no more portals left. Now, if you're at low level and you're struggling to get your bar up, this is something you can do. Head inside, chop down a few trees. This door's supposed to be closed. Head inside, chop down a few trees, and then just repair the barricades and repair the gates. This would give you some activity points. However, you gotta use this wisely since these trees do not respawn. Once you chop one down, they will not come back. So use this method sparingly. And then once all the portals are dead and your Void Knight is still alive, that is game over. You will receive some points and a bit of gold. Now I'll be showing you guys how to protect your Void Knight. I chopped down a few trees right away since sometimes the shifters don't really come into the middle. Again, make sure all the doors are closed. People are assholes and they tend to leave them open. So just close all the doors and just attack the shifters. Just make sure you keep your action bar up. Again, if you're at low level, just go outside, repair some barricades, repair some doors, and get that activity bar up. See what I mean? People leave the doors open because they're assholes. And the torches and the spinners come in and start doing damage to the Void Knight. You should be fine as long as you keep all 3 gates closed when you're protecting the Void Knight and just keep targeting anything that's attacking the Void Knight. Sometimes these guys can actually reach from back there, so just keep an eye on that and just attack them if you see them. And that's all you really need to know about the Pest Control minigame. Over to the east, right at the beginning of the docks, you should be able to find some Void Knights and some Elite Void Knights. To get your rewards, just exchange from literally any one of the Void Knights. You can exchange points for experience in any combat level, a herb pack, a mineral pack, a seed pack, and what most people come here for, the Void Knight items. The Void Knight mace is actually a pretty interesting item. It has both the stats of a rune mace and a staff, and it's one of the 3 items you can use to autocast Guthix Claws. The Void Knight top, body, gloves, and the 3 helmets act as a set. Depending on what helmet you wear along with the rest of the gear, it'll give you a bonus to your accuracy and damage from that combat style. For example, range, it'll give you 10% increase to accuracy and 10% increase to max hit. However, you do have to be wearing the full set. That includes the gloves. The Void Knight seal is not worth your points. Never get this except to finish the collection log. You can only use it inside the minigame and it only has 8 uses. Every time you use it, it does about 7 damage to every pest around you. It's just really terrible. There should never be a reason for you to get this unless you're trying to complete your collection log. If you're trying to upgrade to your Elite Void Knight armor, you will need to have completed the Heart Western Province diary and talk to the Elite Void Knight, and she will charge you 200 points for both the robes and the top. You cannot upgrade your helmets or your gloves, it's only the robes and the top, for a total of 400 points to fully upgrade your whole Void into Elite. That's really all you need to know about this minigame. It's not that difficult, there's only 2 roles you need to fill, and the points are pretty quick. I hope this guide helps you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Wait, before you click off the video, did you know I have a Discord where you can ask questions and request videos? Links in the description below.